Alright, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to the Super Metroid 100% tournament. Today we have Keku versus ProfessorSchool, PodChamp. And we also have Slotus27 on comms. Let's go.
Let's go indeed.
This race is going to be pretty poggers, I think. And this is the single elimination, right? I think.
That's right. This is actually the last match of round 1. So whoever is going to come out on top here will be the last player in the top 32. We're just a few weeks away from finishing up this tournament already. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really forward to see which one of these runners are going to go through to like the next round, because I have been watching the races and both of these runners are they're pretty good. All right, so I'm definitely looking forward to see like the kind of thing we like. What am I trying to say? The kind of strats that they're gonna do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. I know Keku, he's brought his PB down quite a bit since the tournament started. He's sitting at like a mid 122 right now. ProfessorSchool, who is pretty new to the category, I think, already has like a 127. I think he's done a lot of any percent up until this tournament. He has a pretty respectable time in that right now as well. So the edge is definitely going to be for Keku, but it is 100%. We do have, a good 80 minutes of gameplay ahead of us, so I ain't thinking. We've seen some crazy stuff already with people like soft locking and forgetting stuff, so you never know.
Yeah, you make a good point. Like, there's always that fear of like someone like just missing an item, and there was like this one race where someone thought they picked up an item, but they were just standing there for like a few seconds and then went off without the item. So all sorts has happened already. But yeah, the runners are just going to go through series station, pretty resident sleeper, to be honest. Probably the most auto-scroller part of the game. Just like the beginning, and you have to like sort of fight Ridley and then get out of there. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hectic with all the steam popping up and the ceiling tiles falling out. A lot of RNG on the way back, but both of them doing a pretty good job getting good door entry times into the elevator room. Both of them, ProfessorSchool took a little fall, but 45 and 42, not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the series station kind of just explodes, and we follow Ridley to the planet Zebes, or Zebes. I still don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah. And this is like the main part of the gameplay, where the runners have to like get all the items, because that's the point of the category, right?
It is 100% item collection, and we're gonna hear actually 101 fanfares. Not only do we hear a fanfare for every item, but you also get a little item fanfare jingle when you go and visit the Edicoons about halfway through the run, so that'll be fun.
This is also true. And if you didn't love fanfares, then I'm sorry, but this category isn't for you, because we have like 10 minutes of it. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Runners using Moonfall, SMH. Where's the no Moonfall down go?
Yeah, that Moonfall in the climb saves like 4 seconds. If you do a moonwalk off the edge, you'll just build up a ton of speed and clip through one of the platforms near the bottom. There's one other spot where it'll save like a couple seconds, but most other places it'll just kind of save frames, so may or may not see some more of that throughout the run. I'm not sure how many of these guys will go for.
Yeah, Moonfall is one of those things that it's like very much like a choice to learn whether to optimize it or not. But yeah, Keku's already made his way down to the first missiles, with Professor shortly behind him. So not really much separating so far. Probably the series mistake at the end for Professor more than anything. But yeah. There's a lot of like small optimizations that's like going on that a lot of people don't really realize until they run this game. Like there's all kind of like small strats to like make this beginning like really optimized, and what really makes like runners get like consistent like 5-minute bomb times and stuff. Most notably like this climbing section here. Each runner has like their different strat. Obviously Keku going for the more like the ledge grab approach, Professor going for the more of the wall jump approach. It's mainly up to preference, just how well you practice it really helps.
Alright, Keku heading into Bomb Chorizo. Hopefully what's going to happen here is Keku will start off the fight with 5 of his pea shooter shots and then finish the rest of the fight with missiles. BT will shoot off these little orbs that you can farm to get missile drops from, and hopefully if there's enough of them and they're kind of spread out, you can sort of grab them in between his exploding phases and have a really fast fight. So there's his 5 shots, get some missiles in. Looks like he left some. There we go. Real fast fight from Keku. We'll see if ProfessorSchool can do the same. Oh, he missed one of those missiles, so he's going to have to do some extra shots. Unfortunately, gets the old decapitation animation.
Yeah, you have to sort of do BT in such like a way that he doesn't end up just like walking all over the room. So unfortunately, losing a bit of time there, but it's okay. Still a lot in this run to show off a lot of cool strats.
Yeah, the Chorizo family have one big weakness where if you just kind of stand in one spot, they're so scared they just stick where they are. We'll see that later with UT.
Yeah, the real enemy of this game is making sure you get the right pixel alignment on these particular enemies. But yeah, Keku is the first one to go down into Run Star, and we shall be seeing him do the first sequence break of this run, essentially, which is the early supers mock ball, and you just sort of do some crazy stuff, and look, it's magic. It makes it look so easy. But yeah, like I guess like once you get used to it, the mock ball's like easy. But when you first try it out, it get hold of.
Yeah, it's definitely, easy to learn, hard to master. They're gonna have a shot at a pretty difficult mock ball. Some would probably say the most difficult one in the game. Doing a mock ball in the same spot but going the reverse direction out of this room. You got to keep a really low jump to not get hit by that falling gate. So I'm sure both of them will go for it, but we'll see. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, it can be quite hard to get that one.
Beautiful.
Oh, Pod. Keku demonstrating that reverse mock ball. That was very nice.
And ProfessorSchool getting it.
Yo,
both of them, making it look easy.
Yeah, trust me, it's not easy. But,
we're like, yeah, it's really hard, but these guys are just gamers.
Yeah, it's actually nice that both runners got it. You very rarely see like in a race like both runners or like all runners getting that trick. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you might be a little scared if you just saw Keku run past that missile pack above the charge beam. It's actually a little bit faster to skip that one. The reason being, you need to come back to this area later on to get the waterway E-tank, which is under the charge beam. And you can use a power bomb to open up those blocks again and pick up that missile pack while the power bomb is exploding. So it saves a little bit of time to get that one later.
Yeah, one of the very small optimizations in the Hondo route. But I feel like there's always like a reason why you pick up an item when you do. Like, you always think, oh, how come you don't get that item until later? And it's like, oh, well, there's a reason. So that's like a pretty cool thing about this category is that everything's sort of just being accounted for in such a way that it's the fastest possible way.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of thought put into the routing decisions with this over the years.
Keku picking up arguably the best beam in the game. A lot of people hate the Spacer beam. Some people like it. I don't know what my favorite beam is. I quite like the ice beam.
Ice beam, it's definitely in my top 5 beams. It's a pretty good beam.
Definitely top 5.
But yeah, Spacer will give them a little bit extra damage output and also will widen their beam a little bit, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. But either way, they're going to have to pick it up. It's one of those 100 items. And we'll probably see them use it a bit to get some strategies they normally wouldn't be able to do with just their pea shooter.
Yeah, because like they're essentially sort of doing old route, like at the first like bit of Hondo, Spacer is definitely sort of important, but you'll probably, well, you could see like people even disabling it, like if they want to do any X Factor strats.
And Keku on his Kraid fight now. We'll see if he can get the quick kill. He's going to put 2 supers on Kraid, freeze his mouth open with a super, and then use supers to finish off the fight. Not getting that stand-up phase, and moving right through to pick up his various suit.
Yeah, very nice quick kill there from Keku. Let's see if Professor gets the same. I'd say it's probably more important for Professor to get it since his health is looking a bit low, and if Kraid stands up on low health, then it's kind of scary.
Nicely done.
Yeah. They make it look easy. Again, the speed run is just like people making like hard tricks look easy. So yeah, both runners doing just fine.
Ooh, nice bomb strat from Keku, using a bomb to destroy those B-toms instead of switching to his missiles and firing at them. Usually saves a little time if you do it right. But both runners now, with their various suit and picking up this E-tank on the way out, they are prepared to head into the heated areas of Norfair, where they're going to be doing quite a bit of item collection and possibly fighting one of our mini bosses as well. I'm guessing both of them will in this first trip down to Norfair.
Yeah, I do think that Keku does do early crop, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I've seen Professor also go for it, so yeah, I think both runners should be doing the same route at least. Unless they prove me wrong, and then one of them goes early and the other one goes late. But yeah, just one of the many Hondo route differences that you can do.
So now we're kind of getting to the point where if you haven't been playing a lot of 100%, we're coming up with some items that are very easy to skip. if you're kind of used to any percent and you just go into, any percent muscle memory mode, there's a lot of like hidden items in places you really have to go out of your way to get. Keku's coming up to the cathedral missiles right now. So normally you just go through the top of this room and then go through the door on the bottom right, but there's actually a missile pack hidden right under here that he just grabbed. Yeah, this one has definitely been the culprit for a lot of 99% runs. I can say that for sure.
Yeah, it's so easy to go room like you normally would and then just forget to go down to grab that item. I guess if you did forget it and remembered, you could grab it later on, like as you're exiting Norfair. But yeah, definitely one of the easier ones to miss. Both runners were remembering it though, so that's a good start.
Yeah, I would hope at this point, after having the 2 weekends of qualifiers and, them probably practicing their muscle memories a little bit more tuned to grabbing everything.
Yeah. I'd say these missiles before Speed Booster are kind of easy to forget as well. Just because they're like sort of hidden, and then it's just sort of like, oh heck, there's missiles there. And
yeah.
I guess they're sort of far out your way to go as well. Like if you miss them, then you sort of have to backtrack a lot to go back for them.
Keku looking real good on his super count. I think either way, if you're going to go to Croc or if you're going to go up to Wreck Ship, it's kind of important to have a pretty decent amount of supers. There's just going to be a lot of green and red doors that you want to go through quickly. And also, it helps in the Crocomire fight, if you fight them early, to have a lot of supers. And you really don't get any more super missile packs until Wreck Ship, so you're kind of, having to manage your ammo kind of carefully in these early parts of the game before you really grab a lot.
Yeah, you make a good point, because super drops are kind of like they're sort of few and far between, like after the upper Norfair bit, and you have to sort of be lucky to get a super drop, so yeah. Definitely managing those ammo counts, just to be sure.
Oh, and Keku is not doing early Croc, so I was wrong. We're both wrong. I think we're gonna see 2 different routes here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Now this actually kind of looks better to me, because when you watch someone stream and you're like, oh yeah, they must do this route, and then they actually do the different route, it's like, oh heck. But yeah, looks like Keku is definitely going to just skip out on Croc and do it later.
Yeah, so the route Keku's going to be doing is technically faster. It'll save like up to 20 seconds if everything goes well, but it is kind of difficult to get that full time save. There's a lot of different factors and tough tricks that you're required to get first try, or it more or less breaks even or might even lose you time. But we'll kind of point those out when he gets to those places. Oh no, Keku missing the ice escape mock ball, so he has to take the northern route through the room here to get out. That's going to be a little bit of a time loss for him. Oh, ProfessorSchool also skipping. Oh, okay, never mind.
We're both bad at this. We can't predict anything.
Yeah, I guess we didn't do our research.
Yeah, I guess at least they're doing the same route. Like, I guess that's a good thing, because for a while it can look like when you do like early croc, it can look like one person's ahead for like a big portion of the game. But yeah, I guess it's really both doing the same thing. Oh, Professor gets the return ball there. Cow asks, is there any reason not to really do early croc and early ice? I'd say, yeah, I'd say my only reason would be like if you wanted to do X Factor strats on like Fantoon or Draydon or stuff like that, but like you have to like menu deselect ice and Spazer then.
Yeah, there is some more menuing if you're gonna get ice earlier. By getting grapple early, you don't need ice to do the Puyo clip to get spring ball. So yeah, it just takes a whole lot of menuing out of there. But of course, you know, if you need ice to help with like getting up red tower or something like that, it could be worthwhile to still grab it, you know, if you're not very comfortable doing a different red tower strat. As you can see, both of them used it to make their red tower climb a little easier.
Yeah, red tower is one of those like things that's like it takes a lot of difficulty to sort of master like those wall jumps. Especially if you have like high jump. 'Cause if you're used to like the new any percent route and then you have to do it with high jump, then you're like your positioning's off and it's just awful. So yeah, ice helps a tiny bit there. But yeah, Teku should be about to set up a shine spot to go across the moat. Since this is pretty much the only way he can do it without doing like CWK and bomb jumping and stuff. But yeah, shine spot definitely more worth. Oh, he gets the bump on the door there, which is unfortunate. So didn't get the full ocean fly.
Yeah, that's a tough spark to pull off. It's pretty precise, especially using a missile. I think with the super, there's a bit more leeway technically. Yeah, good attempt.
Yeah, I think Keku's health is looking alright. I mean, I'd like to say like I'm always like skeptical I enter Ret ship because it's like, well, they have the Fantoon fight, which obviously can get kind of out of hand, and also you have the Spiky Room of Death, but he does also have a bit in his reserve. So, but I'd be happy with like around 2 E-tanks right now.
Yeah, I mean, basically from coming out of Norfair until going back into Brinstar after wreck ship, health management is super important. Like you said, just surviving the Fantoon fight, surviving the Spiky Death Room, but also you're going to need a lot of energy to do some Shine Sparks, to get the wreck ship reserve tank, and also to do the Gauntlet Spark. So it's very important, especially in this route where you don't have the Crocomire E-Tank to, you know, kind of have like the 100 extra energy to play with. They're going to have to be very careful with the kind of strategies they use. Otherwise, they're going to have to either use some of the reserves to get more energy or, worst case, go to the ship to refill, which is a huge time loss.
Yeah, because you sort of have to, like you said, you have to have at least like 2 E-tanks to go into Gauntlet, like, and be happy with it. And then not take the ship refill in that part on landing site. But yeah, we'll be able to see more as they get to that part of the game.
Keku getting some bad luck on Phantoon, having some quick disappears and also some slow patterns. It's taking him a bit longer than you would hope. Oh, and couldn't finish it off on that round either. This will definitely give Professor School a place to catch up if he can have a clean Phantoon.
Yeah, Phantoon is just like RNG basically, so it can sort of like make or break like your speedrun usually. If you get hacked by a lot of bad pattern such, then yeah, it can lead to like the race changing.
Yeah, just as Keku's leaving the room, Professor School finishing up the fight, so I think he did gain some time on Keku there.
Yeah, Phantoon was very red there right at the end. So yeah, 157 and 165. You know, it's not too bad. But it's still kind of scary, especially like, don't the spikes in the spiky room of death do like 100 or something?
The platforms, if you fall through them, do 100 with various suit. If you're gonna do the optimal strat there, you're gonna take a hit from one of them, so it's 100 damage minimum. Assuming you don't get hit after that. I don't know if they're gonna do like the optimal bounce through. They could do a shine spark, which can be pretty safe, or just go really slowly through the room.
Yeah. And also if you go into your reserves, that's even worse because you actually get double hit.
Yeah.
Or if you like fall in the water as well, since there's no gravity. But yeah, all around you want to have quite a bit of leeway in your health here, since it is kind of like one of the last places you can sort of hack up. Keku! Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
No, Keku.
That's exactly what you're talking about with the double hit on the reserve.
No. Does that count as a commentator's curse?
I think it might.
No, I'm sorry, Keku. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That's like the last thing you want to see. But Keku's gonna start again like an absolute champion. A lot of people just kind of like forfeit after a death like that, like 25 minutes in.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
that's a really big. I mean, realistically, a Professor School doesn't have any issues. It's going to be very hard for Keku to catch up, but of course, there's the possibility of soft locking or even getting
yeah,
like wicked Dragon chain damage. So I definitely respect Keku for still continuing to run even after that.
yeah. But yeah, the I'm so that's so sad. But yeah, we're gonna see Professor go back through this spiky room of death and taking a whole load of damage.
Yeah, like I said, that's not something you want to happen. There's a good chance he's going to have to refill at the ship now. Um, or I guess another option is you could do a late gauntlet, which loses time having to, kind of reroute that in later on. But I've seen that
Yeah,
something some people like to do as well.
yeah. I've seen some link gauntlet plays. Like I think Ruby did it in one of his races, but it was like, oh, I only have like this much energy, so I'll just leave it till later, which is also fine. Obviously not as optimal as doing it earlier, but yeah, it's a nice way to do it. Saving? People don't save in Super Metroid. What are you on about?
Yeah, we can't afford memory cards. No one's going to save.
It's kind of going for the damage boost through the robots, but yeah. Yeah, his health is really low now.
Honestly,
Especially,
like when it gets this low, a concern is getting the wreck ship reserve tank because you need to do a spark to get that item, and if you don't have the energy for it, then you're gonna have to come back for it later. So hopefully,
yeah,
he doesn't take a lot of damage in the bowling room, and maybe has something in the reserve to help out if something does happen.
yeah. But also because you kind of like do the deboost slash like shine spark strat across the bowling as well. Actually, you may have just said that, and I'm repeating it.
I didn't. I'm glad you
Okay,
mentioned it.
okay, we're good. But let's like shine spark. So yeah. Okay, I was wrong. Deboost
Oh,
apparently. Uh-oh.
he's going for the robot flusher strat. So underneath all these spikes, there's some robots like in one of the last rooms that are walking around. And by shooting some charge shots into the floor, he's actually trying to hit them and push them into their little hole so he can run across as soon as he gets down there, rather than shooting them once he gets down there and having to wait for him to walk. So if he did it right, he'll just run right through, grab the missile pack, and be able to spark up and get their reserve. That's a really cool strat.
Today I learned. But yeah, he'll probably have to do some wall jumps right before the reserve tank.
Yeah, so if he did this strat correctly, those robots would already be on top of those spikes and he could just run right through. But looks like either his positioning or just when he released the shots, the timing was a little bit off.
Oh, not even going for the wall jumps, alright. What do I know? Alright, do you think do you think Keku will get the reverse mock ball for the second time?
I think he will. He's clearly shown he's a gamer. He means business.
True. Oh. We nearly had 3 of those this race.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a bit of a time loss having to, go up top and then come back for these missiles. It's not too brutal with time loss, but So we'll see. Yeah, so he's going to charge up the spark here, refill his health and ammo at the ship, and then he'll be fine to do these shine sparks.
Yeah. Shouldn't have any other for that ship refill. Hopefully. I think he kind of has to mess up quite a bit to get his his health really low now.
Yeah, maybe if he sits in the lava and takes a little coffee or tea break, takes a couple sips, but
Do you think anyone's ever actually done that in in a speedrun? They're just yeah, I'm just gonna stay here.
probably.
Probably. So looks like Professor is trying to go for this wraparound shot here, which is a really cool strat, by the way.
Yeah, if you heard carefully, when he fired that last charge shot off and ran towards the door, you could hear the sound of a door opening, and he actually hit the door of a copy of this room, and for reasons it opens up the actual door, and he can just spark through like that.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to commentator's curse Keku again, but 54 health? Maybe I'm more scared than other people, because I know that a certain Slotus27 likes to be on 20 health in low and Alpha, but it's still always really scary to me.
Yeah, 54 is not a lot. The Key Hunters can pack a punch, Mini Kraid packs a punch. The Ghidorahs actually do a ton of damage if you manage to hit one of those. But as long as he's, relatively safe, he should be okay.
Yeah, well. Okay, 59. I can get through 59. 54 is no-go, but 59? Yeah, that's safe. But like I said earlier, doing like Kraids on low health is just kind of scary, because it's like, if you miss that quick kill, then it's like, can run into a lot of issues. But yeah, 43 health. Not very encouraging.
Yeah, speedrunners don't really practice, the stand-up phase on Kraid because, you don't really deal with it ever. If you do mess up the kill, you'll usually restart. Yeah.
I need to just stop saying stuff, because it keeps on happening.
You're only allowed to say good things about Keku now. Nothing can go wrong for him.
Yeah, I think Kiku's perfectly safe. He's got this, he's an absolute champ, so... Yeah, look at that, see, the fight scene. So, yeah. Look at all his deboosts.
That's a tough room to, deboost through effectively. It's kind of hard to land on the platforms correctly and actually, get across without taking a bunch of spike hits, so that was pretty nice from ProfessorSchool. And by the way, he took off his Ice Beam and Spacer Beam at some point. I think it was before the elevator. But the reason for that is he's going to be doing some X Factors, presumably on Batun and Dragon once he gets to Meridia. And also, conveniently, it makes doing a lot of these strats during the Brinstar cleanup a lot easier. Like, if he had ice right now, he'd be freezing a ton of the stuff that he's shooting at and running into it, and it'd be very frustrating.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the downsides of early ice, is that a lot of people prefer to, menu ice off, just because it can freeze so many things and, be annoying, basically. So yeah, that's a good point as well.
Oh, looks like he's going to show off the Mission Impossible by quick dropping through that crumble block in the ceiling. He's able to...
Oh, he actually got it, let's go.
Yep, gets back up before it respawns. Very cool strat.
So, yeah, that's a pretty cool strat that you don't, get to see pulled off very often, because it's, kind of difficult to do.
Yeah, I mean, actually doing it's not super hard, because you can, buffer a turnaround jump out of the power bomb fanfare and get up there, but doing it and saving time is pretty tough, because you got to be pretty quick about it and not, line yourself up for a couple seconds and then do the shot.
Yeah. Oh, we get the small spawn checked, but not really.
Yeah, first try.
Yeah.
Nice shot there.
Yeah, doing that lineup, that's pixel perfect, I believe. So, yeah, gaming.
Yeah, you'd think in 100%, oh, we're gonna see Spore spawn. Nope, not today.
Yeah, there's only one category that I truly see him in. On the main boards. Actually, no. any percent all bosses is the category extension, actually. Never mind. Yeah, you don't actually see Spore Spawn.
Yeah, there's Spore Spawn RTA, there's map completion, and then there's some extension categories like all bosses and Rambo that you'll see them in, but not very often.
Rambo is a good one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
Just the way that you say it as well, just like Rambo, it's just like so satisfying to say. But yeah, Professor getting that waterway E-tank, which can be also be like, oh yeah, that's a nice that exists. So yeah, one that can be forgotten a bit as well. Don't forget Nintendo Power Percent. Yeah. Wait, does it? I assume it says Fight Spore Spawn in there, so yeah, I guess we could. The best category, obviously. Does it take you to Shraptool? I assume it does.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing you do in Meridia. They say go straight to Spring Ball. You don't mess around.
Yeah, obviously the best ever.
Yeah, Professor School all done with that Brinstar cleanup. Now he's ready to tackle Meridia. Gonna be a little bit of item collection on the way to our bosses, and then a little bit more item collection on the way out. We'll get some really powerful items like Plasma and Spring Ball that'll speed things up quite a bit.
Yeah, someone say Spring Ball? Pod?
Spring Ball?
Oh no, Keku fell down, no! So yeah, Meridia, clearly the best area of the game because it has Spring Ball and Shraptool. And that was a very cool setup for that Shrine Spark, to be honest.
Yeah, it's possible to Shine Spark or to do the short charge on the ground, but there's really not much space there. But going up to where Professor School did, you can do a much more lenient, like 2-tap or something. So a lot of people like to do that.
Yeah. I
Or
feel
you
like
could
that.
do
Sorry.
you could do like the ultra like casual strat and go into that next room on the right and like charge it all the way over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that item was not very nicely like designed. Yeah, we're still going Proclate for Keku PogChamp. You love to see it.
Ooh, that crab. Yeah, that crab kind of dunking on him, keeping him out of the little tunnel.
That's why they're called crab supers. Smile.
Yeah, so usually at this stage of the game, if you look at like Professor School's equipment right now, he's got a ton of E-tanks, ton of ammo. Conserving your ammo is not really a huge concern. Supers kind of play a role later on because you probably won't have a ton going into Torian. You won't like not be able to get through like the Zebs or anything or get through Mother Brain 1, but you might just lose time having to substitute missiles for supers in certain places. But at this point, it's kind of just, getting really good movement, executing all your strats, and it's not so much about managing your resources as much.
Yeah, Like, this is just like the game where you don't really have to worry about like farming or like anything. But I have seen some races where it's like they're on like really low health before the Dragon fight, and it's like, why did you do this to yourself? You have a lot of E-tanks and still manage to make it difficult for yourself.
Some people just like the thrill of it, I guess.
Yeah, some people just like being on like really low health with certain things. Why not? Can't imagine Slater's27 ever doing that.
Never have.
Uh-huh. Yeah, here's a kind of moment where it's kind of like a Hyundai routing choice, like the Aqueduct, Missile, and Super. That's like further along in that room. You sort of just pick it up later. Yeah.
Alright, Professor School starting Batoon. Oh, he's doing the decalled X Factor. Very beautiful fight.
Shoutouts to Decalled.
Yeah, connecting all those particles, only needing 6 more supers after all those hit. Very quick fight. And going up for the full halfie. Oh, never mind, just a halfie. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have got it with the down grab. He got up on the ledge, but still saves a little bit of time getting that halfie.
What if you get half a halfie?
Halfie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Teku's on 134 health going into Red Ship, which is kind of a bit less than he had last time. What is going on in chat? Yeah, Professor's doing the Dragon fight and charging those Shine Sparks. So probably gonna do a combination of the X Factor and the Shine Spark.
Usually you'll open up with an X Factor as Professor School's doing. Hopefully most or all the particles hit. I think he did get a good opener there. And he's gonna go for a 2 spark using some ammo to bring her health a little more further down. Though unfortunately some spark into the platform there. Can't quite finish with ammo, but spark should do the trick. Oh no.
So we get double. Oh my god, Sloters!
No! I can't believe it. I commentator cursed him now.
Oh my god! What the heck? Oh, I commentator cursed Keku and you did it with Professor. No.
I guess we're even now.
Oh my god, that's really unfortunate. I can't believe this has happened. I think it's just gonna forfeit though, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was watching the restream or not. I don't know if he knows what happened to Keku actually. But he has forfeited from the race in IRC.
Alright. Oh my god, this race, bro. Oh,
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. The chain damage, while it's seemingly like kind of random, if you have Dragon's health in like a certain place and go for that final Shine Spark, and depending how your positioning is, you can have it happen. It's like a lot more likely to happen. So I think by him doing a lot of damage at the start and then doing a ton of damage with the ammo, she was so close to death that the spark and the way that he did it just made the chain damage a lot more likely to happen. So it's kind of like a perfect storm of the spark and the ammo that he used up.
Yeah. I can't believe we've actually seen like that happen twice in this race. But yeah, hopefully Keku actually saves before the spiky room of death now, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna shout at him. You want make your way to the save station? Yeah, let's go. No shame in saving.
And it's like we said at the start, there's, you know, even if there's a few minutes between people, it's like there's spiky room, there's chain damage, there's soft locks that we didn't really get to yet and talk about. So, you know, stuff happens. Super Metroid.
Slitter, stop commentating cursing.
He's saved. He's fine.
Oh my god, Keku. I know that you saved, but please.
Yeah, so since Kaku saved, if he doesn't like the item that's at Wreck Ship E-Tank, he can just reset and save a little bit of time.
Yeah, he'll only reset if it's Spring Ball here. If it's anything else, then, you know, it's fair game.
Looks like he'll keep the energy tank.
Yeah. Imagine if we did like commentate this like a randomizer, and it's just like, oh, maybe Shetzel has Varia, pause jump. But yeah. So now Keku's gonna attempt the reverse spiky room of death. We also talked about this earlier about making sure that you have like enough energy to like do the gauntlet spark and stuff and upper ret ship and all that. So yeah, I think you should be okay without like saving or anything, but you know, something could happen. Maybe.
Yeah, he took a spike hit on the way back. He's picked up a couple health drops already. So far so good.
That was a nice like blue suit though.
This room right here is like the worst room in this run, I swear. Like these robots can just troll you so hard with the way they move and not letting you like, you know, D-boost through them or whatever with your iframes. But he gets through pretty quick.
No one actually likes this room. Like you can like excuse like Shetzel, but you can't excuse this room. There's no reason to like it.
Very nice return on the attic, not taking any unnecessary damage.
Yeah. He still might have enough energy to conserve in order to not take the ship refill.
We'll see if Keku goes for that robot flusher strat. I'm pretty impressed that ProfessorSchool went for that, because that's not an easy strat at all.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen much of it, which it's possibly like difficult. But doesn't look like he's going for it. Oh wait, no, I just do. Oh well.
where his energy is sitting at, he's definitely going to need to use some of his reserve tank. I think that might be enough if it's full or close to full. But
Yeah.
it might also depend on the strategy he uses for the criteria power bombs.
Yeah. I think he could probably make it without a refill, just keeping in mind of some stuff. Alright, so that was a shot of Shine Spark that he could have done there. Getting the gravity suit 54 minutes in. What is this? Randomizer?
You know, it might be. We haven't seen all the items yet. You never know.
Do you think there's ever been a case of like someone like accidentally running on a randomizer seed and they didn't notice because of like one item or something? Like, imagine the odds of that.
They'd be pretty astronomical, I'd think. Keku going back, trying to go for this. Oh, he didn't get the missile. That's okay. That makes sense now. I thought he was gonna go for the moat ball on the way back, but
Yeah, I kind of remembered that from earlier, but I also completely forgot at the same time, if that makes sense.
absolutely.
Oh dear.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't take like a lot of damage in this room, he won't need the reserve. But I'm sure he has at least a little bit in there if things do get hairy.
Yeah. I have a question. What do you think the Super Metroid developers were like thinking when they like placed all the items? Like, what makes them think, oh yeah, we'll put a power bomb here and like an E-tank here kind of thing.
You know, I don't know. I would think they were just kind of trying to like evenly spread everything out. Although they did put a lot of the supers like further, like deeper into the game, like in Meridia, or like the one in GT. I guess there's really not a ton in Norfair. But power bombs are kind of the same way too. You really don't see a lot of them until you go like deep in Meridia or lower Norfair.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because like a lot of the items that you can like access, like supers and power bombs, are kind of locked behind other like the doors and other power bomb doors. So obviously they must have been like, okay, well we don't want them getting this item early, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I just find it interesting.
Kaku doing a great job staying in the middle of those blocks. If you slip off the middle there, you only activate one set of the crumble blocks, and you'll have to do the second gauntlet of shame to pick up the other missile pack you missed.
ProfessorSchool died on Dragon with chain damage. Unfortunately.
Ooh, nice mushroom top room from Kaku. That's kind of a tight jump.
The speed straps pod. Also, yeah, I think Nightbot is just down. It's just like, heck, I can't cope with this. I'm out of here. Yeah, Keku's just gonna go down into Eticunes. Slotus27 has replaced our Nightbot. Smile.
Slaughters 27 is a bot, confirmed.
He likes Springball must be a robot.
A digging robot.
Hold up. Real reason why Slotus likes Springballs so much, he's just actually Shaptool. I'm gonna post pictures of that right now.
That's right, and I remember all the people that killed me in the randomizers and the 100% runs. You're on my list.
Yeah. How could you guys? Keku's fixed the bot. Oh, let's go. It would have been if Keku accidentally fell down into the animals, what they called critters, actually. Yeah, critters.
The Decorus.
I don't know what they're called. My game knowledge of this game is like less than 100%.
Well, you're gonna have to get it up to 100% because we're racing 100%.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Oh,
shoutouts
Keku
to
also gets as well.
Yeah, nice job, Kaku. I was gonna say shoutouts to Decoras with Fedoras. That was the name of one of our relay race teams a couple of years ago.
That's actually amazing. Are there any like other interesting relay race names?
That is like literally the only good one. Everyone else has like terrible.
Biased much.
I mean, it wasn't my team that had that name. My team's always had silly names.
We're getting the old stories today. Some relay races sound so fun. I think I've seen one, but it wasn't like a Super Metroid race. It was like a Metroid game relay race. So one person did Metroid 1 and someone did Metroid 2 and stuff.
Yeah, there's been a few of those as well. They're really cool events. They're a lot of fun. Like all day Metroid. What gets better than that, you know?
I think it'd be cool to like see relay races games. So like with Zelda, you'd have like Zelda 1, and then like also like the other ones and stuff, or like the Mario games. Like you'd start with SMB 1 and then SMB 3 and stuff. But that relay race would like go on forever since there's just so many Mario games.
Must be like a marathon at that point. Don't even call it a relay race.
A relay marathon. I fixed the issue. They also do Mega Man relay races. I feel like Mega Man would be quite easy to do for, since there's so many of them. Like, there's like 6, right? I think there's like 6.
I'm not a Mega Man fan, but I think there's more than 6 Mega Man games.
I don't know how many there are. Should someone say Mega Man? Yeah. How many Mega Man games are there? Oh, there's 11.
There we go.
Oh dear. There are over 130 titles in the Mega Man series, but that's including like spin-offs and stuff. So there's more than 6.
Speaking of Mega Man, our personal Mega Man, Keku, All done with the Brinkstar cleanup. Moving into Meridian now. Did you like that transition back to the game?
If Keku was Mega Man, which Mega Man is he? Is he Mega Man 1 or is he Mega Man 11?
Whatever the best looking Mega Man is, that I know for sure. Yeah, whatever Mega Man had the Keku stash.
Alright, Keku's doing the shake spark. Hog doesn't get the bonk.
Going for a little moonfall there. This room makes me so sad in late Croc. If you have grapple here, there's like a super cool strat where you actually use grapple on the grapple block under the E-tank, but you know,
Imagine using the grapple beam.
I don't have to. I do early Croc. I love it. I love using grapple.
Any other grapple fans in chat?
Ooh, nice entry.
Do you think that Keku is gonna save before Dragon? Or do you think he's just gonna YOLO it?
You know, that's a good question. I feel like he shouldn't. Well, I feel like he won't. Realistically, if you know you don't want to get chain damage, just don't shine Sparker at the end. But I don't know. We'll see. You know, when you're heading to Dragon at over an hour in.
No, I won't. Uh-oh. If
Oh,
I have
there
to
you
see
go.
Red Ship again this match, I swear. Not commentators cursing, by the way. Although I feel like I've just cursed it by saying not cursing yet. Red Ship is good, of course. I don't know, I prefer Red Ship over Meridia. I don't know why I dislike Meridia so much. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, there's water here and stuff. I feel like the only time I like Meridia is if like someone does suitless.
Yeah, suitless is pretty cozy.
It's just cozy.
Yeah, you just, you know, do some crab climbing, some fish climbing.
Some tree on.
Yep.
Like doing the infinite grapple stuff, I think. Okay, I kind of agree. Meridia music is good, and it's definitely better than Red Ships. But yeah, I don't know.
Let's be honest though, the best theme in this game is the Lower Norfair one because it just slaps from the moment you're on the elevator up until Ridley. It's great.
Sure. No, I'm just thinking about.
You're on thin ice. Mega Man 2 next cartridge.
Yeah,
We have some dissenters in chat that disagree.
Lower Norfair sucks. Can we ban all these people?
I can.
Oh, Keku hacking up the X Factor there.
Yeah, kind of fortunately. You have a lot of supers usually at this point. I don't think Keku actually had like a ton, but usually, you know, even a missed X Factor, you can make up with a lot of supers, but nevertheless, he gets through.
This Metroid music is original trade. I don't know what it sounds like. but I'm going to dispute that fact with Blue and Alpha. You can't prove me otherwise.
Kaku going for the full halfie, but does a shine spark into the grapple block, so has to climb back up.
Yeah.
If he had grapple, he could have caught himself. Isn't grapple great, everyone?
I thought Speedball was your favorite item, now I think grapple.
I mean, I love all items except Spacer equally.
Space is the best game, I don't know what you mean. It's actually really funny how many people dislike Spacer, despite it, like, basically being the whole point of, like, New Route, essentially. Because without Spacer, you couldn't, like, do New Route, I don't think, because, like, I just think it'd be really slow without it.
It's just a bad beam. Like, if you ever played the other Metroid games where they have wide beam is great, but Spacer's just like a bad wide beam.
No love for Spacer in chat right now. I know. I just like the trolling aspect of, like, if you, like, get Plasma and then pick up Spacer afterwards, like, it's the troll menu that's really funny. So yeah.
Oh, Kaku not quite finishing off Dragon with that spark. It's grabbed. Should be.
Oh,
Should
if he
be
had
pretty
grapple
close.
beam,
There we go.
if he had grapple beam, he could do the fast grapple kill on Dragon.
See that you agree? It's a great item.
No, I don't agree.
Well, okay.
It's just... No, I'd say the only annoying thing about grapple is, like, if you can't wall jump in Meridia, and then, like, you have to swing on the blocks and the physics are a bit jank.
Yeah. By the way, with Kaku finishing off Dragon with a Shine Spark, he is rewarded a blue suit. Basically, he has his speed booster activated, and can turn that into a Shine Spark whenever he chooses, and he's going to do that right now. Spark back across the Coliseum, saving him a little bit of time rather than space jumping across.
Watch this. I'm watching Keku. Soon. Alright.
Oh my
Keku. Keku?
Oh. See, I didn't want to bring up that you can soft lock there. If you do what Keku did, but don't catch yourself and jump out of it, you can get soft locked between those speed blocks if they respawn.
Yeah,
So,
didn't we? I'm pretty sure we saw that in Race as well.
Yeah, I want to say it was Lake Demon that got caught there.
That rings a bell. Oh, this race has had many, like, heart attack moments that it's just unbearable.
Yeah, and we'll also get to go back through that area again and have another opportunity to soft lock, so that's fun. But now, after over an hour of gameplay, we finally reached the pinnacle of the run. It's all going to be downhill after this.
Yeah.
Beautiful ice clip from Keku.
I don't get how people can scroll the screen so fast. Alright. So this is the best part of the run, you know, because it's Shatul. And if Keku kills Shatul, I'll be very upset.
Yeah, this is one of the parts of the run, or when you're in a race, you can go into the IRC and complain about how unhappy you are with your run, and then everyone else can talk about it. And then, when Shaktul's done digging out the sand here, we can proceed to get the best item in the game.
Yeah, the best item in the game, which is clearly the Varia suit. So.
Yep. Spring ball.
Who manages the Franco Faces like emotes for this channel? Because we need people SB.
That's a good question. I wonder if Kaku could get that for us.
Yeah, Keku, we didn't commentate ES whatsoever this run. Dead people SB. We need our spring.
And Kaku complaining about his run in IRC, just like I told you guys. It's a great time to do it. So since Kaku already has Ice Beam, picking up Plasma here is going to finally give him that full beam combo, which makes the rest of the bosses in this game super trivial. Ridley and Mother Brain only take 20 shots each. GT is super easy. You can also take double hits when you have the Plasma Beam enabled, so really we're going to get super powerful now. And we'll shred through a lot of these enemies too, like the pirates in this room.
Do you want some Metroid trivia since you talked about damage?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Did you guys know that Ridley needs he just need the most damage? But did you know that the Mama Turtle thing, right? She's basically immune, you can't kill her, so she's more powerful than literally everyone else in this game. So yeah, that's your Edenate trivia for the night.
Actually, when the planet explodes, Totori, the name of Mama Turtle, actually just flies off into space and it's just like orbiting around.
Yeah,
doesn't actually explode.
Her own planet, Smile.
Oh, is this like Avatar now with giant lion turtles?
Never seen Avatar, so I don't know.
Yikes. Alright. By the way, you should do one of those Did You Know gaming videos. Have you seen those on YouTube?
Yeah, like the 89 facts about Super Metroid kind of thing.
Yeah. He just said, yeah. Oh, did you know? And I was like, oh, Eden would be great for those videos.
Did you know? I don't know, I only know like that one fact about Super Metroid. I know nothing else.
That'd be a very short video then.
I'll upload it just for you, Sloaters.
Thank you. Yo, shoutouts to Uncle Iroh in chat, by the way. I know we got some Avatar fans.
Yeah. I'm not gonna rail this commentary anymore by saying all the films I haven't seen, all the TV shows I haven't seen. Did you know it's Sasho's fault? I did know. I saw Sasha event, to be honest. I think it's him.
Alright, well, Keku is picking up his final Meridia items, the reserve tank, and this missile pack over here. Usually at this stage of the game, this is when you would go back to Kraid's lair, as there's a missile pack there that we missed out on since we didn't have power bombs the first time going through. So presumably he's going to do that and then make his way towards Lower Norfair to finish up our final G4 boss.
I just had a really bad idea for like a hundo route. So like, you know how like the first power bombs that you get are pretty much at Croc or like at like obviously up a red tower. But what if what if like you did it like in GT Classic and you get those power bombs first and then you like go back through red tower and then go all the way down. I feel like that's a really bad idea, but
Some
works.
people actually do that. I think Zost still does that, where he gets that power bomb pack, and it kind of breaks even, or at least that's sort of like the thought when people have timed it, because you can sort of speed up some areas by having the power bombs early, and you can also get that Kraid missile that Keku just grabbed the first time you come through here. So, you're not actually wrong. It's like a very viable thing to do.
Idea are actually viable. That's the first.
Alternatively, you can make your first power bomb pack the one by the Edakuns if you do a moon dance like you would see in reverse boss order with Zenny and Asi's runs. But they timed it out, and that route is a little bit slower than getting power bombs from a normal spot.
I'm actually surprised that like moon dance would even like be viable for like a hundo run, but I guess you don't technically go out of bounds, right?
Oh, you just clip through a floor.
Yeah.
I think Scotty was actually, at least like a year or two ago, was like doing that route in his hundo runs. I don't think he's been doing it for this tournament, unless I just like didn't see. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like doing like a moon dance route, you would probably like reset more, since like if you don't get like the moon dance within like a good amount of time, then obviously you just will lose a lot. So.
Oh, Keku going for a D boost in the lava pit. Doesn't get it, but does go for another one off the Namahe Flame, making that room a little bit faster. And he's heading down to Lower Norfair, and for me, this is my favorite part of the run. He's going to pick up the screw attack shortly, and Samus will be at her most powerful state, having all of her suit upgrades, all of her beam upgrades, and whatnot. And you can just plow through all the enemies in your path. And there's a lot of really cool strategies you'll see as he picks up the rest of the items and takes down Ridley.
Yeah. This is like for another Eden H, where it's like, did you know that screw attack is just insanely overpowered? I think I've actually seen some ROM hacks where they just like power down screw attack just because it's so OP. Just because it just does like insane damage to like pretty much anything. So yeah.
And coming up to the GT missiles, Keku will have to be careful, which he was not. He just space jumped across.
That was pretty reckless.
Yeah, but falling down those crumble blocks there is a pretty big time loss. You'll have to loop back through that area again to grab those missiles, but he gets them, so no worries.
I think that has also happened in one of the races. Like, I feel like I've just seen everything happen in these races now. Where something happens and it's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it earlier. Like BT, if you just stand in a certain spot, you can sort of keep GT also in the corner of the room, which Keku did. Also, by crouching and aiming up at him, you can get double hits with the full beam combo, which just shreds his health and is a very fast fight.
Yeah.
But with that, he's got screw attack, and yeah, it's going to be fun from here on out.
I feel like that GT fight is kind of like easy to just sort of set up, since you sort of like see other people do it and then you can sort of like deduce yourself to stand in the same spot. But yeah, this is also a pretty scary item to get with the they're blocked because you can fall down this room and have to redo the worst room in the game again.
Yeah, this game really likes to troll with the crumble blocks near missile packs. It's a pretty big meme in this game.
Down you default. You're just spin jumping throughout this entire room, which is a very viable strat.
And you'll see Keku going out of his way a little bit to actually kill all these key hunters. By doing that, laying these power bombs at the end of the room greatly reduces the amount of lag he's going to get. So either by using screw attack or using the beam shots to kill them, it actually speeds up the room quite a bit.
Yeah, this game has like quite a bit of lag, so like as speedrunners we sort of just have to be like, yeah, we have to reduce some lag in a specific way, so yeah. You know, it doesn't really make sense that you can't like attack these golden pirates since you can screw attack pretty much everything else.
Yeah, I think they're technically like a different enemy, so they have different vulnerabilities and stuff. Game is weird.
TLDR, game is and has weird properties.
Very nice hero shot opening from Keku, allowing him to get that second charge shot off a little bit faster. Yeah, like I said, just 20 charge shots. This is a super fast fight. You do have the option to mix in super missiles. They do have the highest DPS of any weapon in the game for this fight specifically. But being at 13, it's probably not a great idea to use a lot of them right now. And also most runners are just kind of comfortable sticking with the beams.
Yeah, because you kind of have to sort of think about Taurian ammo at this point. You think, do I have like enough supers to like open all the doors and like kill all the Metroids really fast? And also shooting out the Zebs as well if you want to do like springball skip. Springball skip? Springball Zeb skip, there we go. So yeah, ammo is definitely like more of a concern now than it was before.
Beautiful reverse powerhouse from Keku. These rooms are just so good.
Yeah, Low Norfair's got some really cool tech in it, in general.
Beautiful speedball to break through. And he gets the kekumanshoyu special, gets his own trick. Wow.
Slotus is really excited about this Low Norfair.
I love that trick. Every time I get it, I'm just filled with glee. It's great. Now, if you can get the Hodarubi special too, that would just be amazing. Here we go. We'll see if he goes for it. Oh, he doesn't. There's a similar thing you can do, getting a speed ball and then spring ball jumping up to break those blocks, but looks like it's not a strat he goes for.
SMH rejects the run, to be honest.
Now he's going to come up to 3 Musketeers, which in most categories can be pretty precarious room. But you'll see with Screw Attack and having the Plasma Beam, it really trivializes it. You can either just fire his beam shot through them and abuse their iframes to not take damage, or just straight up kill them with a spin jump. So really no issues with death in this one.
Yeah, easy as that. So yeah, sadly, about to leave Lower North, but yeah, the reserve tank location and truck as well.
That's
So,
right. I totally forgot. We still had to fight Croc.
been talking about early Croc so much that you forgot we actually had to fight Croc. To be honest, I didn't until I literally was just like, oh yeah, Croc, that guy. So yeah. Who could forget Croc? Exactly.
Yeah, I would start pre-typing your Croc emotes if you got them. We're gonna need a lot of Croc love in the chat once we get there.
What about just say regular crocodile? Would that do?
If you got them, yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing, right?
Honestly though, Croc isn't that bad of a boss. Like, he can be quite annoying, but like, it's not bad at all. And we can sort of just speedrun Croc with the plasma beam as well.
Yeah, like Batoon, he has a pretty jank hitbox, but that's sort of irrelevant for the fight Keku's about to do.
Yeah, the game's kind of like, you're not meant to have plasma beam at this point. So, yeah, Croc kind of reacts in an interesting way.
Yeah, Croc doesn't actually take physical damage, but the number of hits you do to him and ammo kind of counts as a couple of hits per projectile. But the number of hits that you do to Croc is actually how far back he goes. And what the plasma beam's piercing properties, it actually hits him like 100 times or whatever as it goes through, and it doesn't dissipate immediately. So he just walks all the way back from one charge shot, which is pretty nuts. So a big time save from this route compared to doing Croc earlier is you don't get to have that one shot, one kill, and there's actually a bit of an RNG aspect with whether you get the swipes or you get the openings where you can actually shoot Croc. So no RNG if you do this route, which is nice.
Yeah, and also the just shooting Croc with plasma looks so cool.
It also lets you walk the Croc. You can do a moonwalk after you shoot him and walk with them. It's the same speed, so you stay synced up with them.
So yeah, all kinds of fun in there, as you can tell.
This is another room where doing a moonfall can save a lot of time. There's very few very big vertical rooms that don't have a bunch of obstacles in the way. Those ones can save like a couple of seconds or more, but for the most part, most of the other moonfalls are just like frame savers. Another nice thing about doing Croc Late is you can use Space Jump to come up and get these missiles. Otherwise, you have to do a slow Shine Spark up there or do the difficult Indiana Jones strat with the grapple using those rippers.
Yeah,
Not easy.
yeah, but who doesn't want to see Indiana Jones? Let's be honest.
Never seen it.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen like one Indiana Jones film, which is still more than the like Avatar episodes or whatever. Nice. Getting that shine spike off there as well.
And we are approaching the point in the run where, had we had 2 different routes going, this is where they finally converge. The Norfair Brinstar elevator is kind of the point. But you can also, with the late Croc route, save it quite a bit of time actually, storing a spike suit from the Crocomire fight and taking it all the way to X-ray to spark across instead of space jumping, but Keku did not do this, so yeah.
Kinda like a hard strat too. Cause like, it's not just getting the spike suit, it's also like maintaining it and making sure you don't prematurely use it.
Yeah, doing any kind of input that would normally activate a Shine Spark will activate your spike suit, and then you lose all that time save.
Using the Ice Beam for its full use pod.
It's intended use even.
Yeah, I guess it's intended.
What do you mean? That's what you gotta do. You gotta get ice so you can get back up Red Tower.
I thought the intended strat was just a wall jump, to be honest.
No, not required. You wouldn't even learn it at that point. You need power bombs to learn it.
Yeah, I always wall jump Red Tower, it's confirmed. Yeah, that is exactly why I get ice early, just so I can flex and do the wall jump Red Tower.
Alright, hopefully Kaku is gonna go for best trick in the run, the reverse slinky. Oh, doesn't get it. If you do a speedball, yeah. If you get a speedball into that room, you can actually spring ball all the way up to the top here rather than doing space jumps, but very difficult. You usually won't see people getting runs. It's especially, in a race setting, a lot of nerves.
I think I've seen it like once in practice and that's it. So yeah. But yeah, Keku's just doing some Brinstar cleanup. Because before he couldn't access some of these items. He technically could have gotten this E-tank, but it's kind of hard to get. And there's also Billy Mays items, which he's about to go up to do now, which you need power bombs to clear for. So yeah, just cleaning up the first part of the game basically. And he should hopefully have all the items shortly.
One of the big challenges with 100%, if you play a lot of any percent, is cycling through the extra menu items at the top, the grapple and X-ray. I just saw Keku like scroll all the way through instead of using the item deselect, but you'll see a lot of runners that are, mainly any percent runners activate their X-ray accidentally by cycling through while holding the dash button.
Oh no, Keku. Oh, it's gonna try it again though.
Yeah, fun fact, the Shine Spark timer does not run out, both in the ship, as we saw earlier, and in elevators, so once he gets off, the timer will be right at where it was before the elevator, and he can spark right through.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to see one of the more obscure locations in the game right now, which is Time Supers. Yeah, yeah. So he kind of just sort of manages to freeze like those little yellow ball things. I have no idea what they're called. But
Boyons.
As he just slowly running, he can like freeze those in place and run over them to keep that shine spark going. And if you kind of like mess that up, then it's like you can fall into like the lava and get trapped sometimes, and it's really irritating. Oh.
There's that X-ray.
But yeah, getting the 230 missiles, taking a trip to the dentist. Haha, funny. But yeah, he shouldn't have to pick up any more items, and if he does, I would be very By the way, my controller default. Oh lord. Imagine not swapping the select button with Y.
I can't, because I don't do it.
I have... Okay, I'm gonna complain about this for a second. The only issue I have with having Y as item select is that sometimes my thumb rolls onto the Y and I accidentally shoot with an item selected, so yeah.
Keku playing us a beautiful tune with his menu.
Yeah. I really appreciated it. Thanks, Keku.
I love about this game that there's very few like moments where you're not doing anything. There's no like text boxes to mash through. And 100% there's a few moments where you're waiting around. But I love at the end of every run, you kind of just have this moment at G4 where you're sitting there contemplating about your run, thinking about the pace you're on, and it's just like a moment of reflection.
Like the level in Celeste?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
No, I quite like about that. I don't know. On the one hand, I like the lack of downtime. Also, on the other hand, I think it'd be nice to just have a tiny bit more downtime. I guess, like, outside of, like, G4 and stuff, the only other downtime that you get is, like, elevators and, like, stuff. But, yeah.
Yeah, for speedrunning, it's nice not having to, mash text boxes or sit around a lot. The little door transitions for me are at least enough to like change a grip if I need to without feeling like I'm waiting all the time. It's nice.
Yeah, I guess that's also true, because like door transitions, like, because if your hand is like slipping off the controller, then you can just like readjust and it's like okay, or you can like readjust your posture or something. So yeah. Also, yeah, fanfares have a lot of downtime as well. Kaku's just doing regular baby skips, so nothing fancy like spring ball, baby skip or anything like that. Also, I don't think I've seen anyone forfeit to baby skip yet in this tournament, which is pretty good. You don't want to see anyone like just soft blocking like practically at the end of the run.
Yeah, there is a way to soft lock with that, although almost have to like do it intentionally, so usually you don't see it. But yeah, just like that, no issues with ammo, having all the items in the game. Kaku gets her Mother Brain 1. He is 20 charge shots away from defeating Mother Brain 2, but he will have the option to start damaging her with more charge shots for the third phase of the fight. So I'm sure we'll see that. Good old stand-up glitch.
Yeah, stand-up glitch is also a pretty scary part as well, because you can be like locked in place as well.
Yeah, if anyone saw, I believe it was the very first qualifier, Zenny actually lost like a good 20 minutes or something on his run. Maybe it was like, no, I think it was like 10 minutes. But he lost a lot of time because, some weird situation with stand-up happened and he had to wait for the game to like unfreeze for all that time. So it's definitely easy to throw time trying to get this trick right. But yeah, by getting his health in a certain range, getting hit with that rainbow beam attack, and then damaging himself down to the normal health to trigger this cutscene, he's actually able to move around. And the only things he really needs to be careful is that he's not on the floor when the game is checking to see if he's on the floor. And also to not trap the baby in the upper part of the screen where it can't get hit. And the last thing is not crashing the game when you're transitioning to the hyper beam. But all these things, runners are very aware of how to prevent catastrophes.
Love Keku, but no, Owl, no. We can't commentate Curse again, alright? There's already been a lot of stuff in this race. Seems to have no issue with that stand-up.
Yep, only took a couple hyper beam shots. And just like that, we're only one escape sequence from finishing off this run.
Yeah, so this can sub 150, I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
So yeah. There's
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's some cool optimizations in this escape sequence. Yo, doing the blue suit. Like you can do a mini moonfall right here as well.
The swag, moonwalking into position. And Kekumanshoyu has finished in first place with a time of 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 8 seconds. GG.
Yeah, GG, Cheku. Like, despite everything that has happened this race, you have finished, which is like pretty amazing to be honest.
Hello.
Yo, and Cheku's in for an interview, Pod.
Yeah. Wait, let me bring ProfessorSchool in here. Hello.
Hi.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you guys want to talk about the pretty
That was horrible.
Oh my
race?
goodness. First of all, GG Keku, nice win, man.
Oh, thank you. But that was horrible. When I died in the spiky death room, I'm like, oh no. I'll do it. I'll reset and do it again, and then just to do it. But then like when I saw you did the chain damage, I was like, no.
Oh, no. Yeah.
That means I have to spend extra 20 minutes, an extra 20 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, and unfortunately I was in a situation where I would have needed another 45 minutes to even catch up, and I saw that you saved, and unfortunately I've got a work thing at 2:00, so there was no way I would even be able to finish. It's just really unfortunate. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I have family stuff to do too, so I totally understand.
But congrats on the win.
Oh,
And thank you for the comms team for sticking with us on this longer than usual 100% race.
Yeah, not a
I
problem.
actually had a lot of fun.
I know. I was typing in chat, and then you guys were commenting. That was great.
But yeah, it obviously it
Yep.
is sad when like, am I
Yeah.
lagging?
Yeah, you wanna know something? Like, I didn't really practice for the Hundo tournament. I mean, I practiced for the qualifier, but I didn't practice this week because I had a marathon run to do yesterday, and I was practicing GT Classic throughout the week, and I figured like just spend 30 minutes just doing what I can, but it was a big mistake, obviously. It was pretty bad. Like, I should have practiced more and get that room, the spiky death room, better. Let's see if I got.
It's just
Okay.
really unfortunate for you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I know there's gonna be some stream delay and all, but I confirmed on my screen that I got 100%. You'll see it soon. But I really have to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Thank you to Floater and Eden for the commentary. You guys were awesome.
Of course, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
for racing.
congrats and good luck against Hotarubi, Keku.
I know.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. When I first started running this category, I started playing this game in February, picked it up for the first time. And a lot of people set sub 50 and 90% as a goal, and I actually set Hotarubi's 12-year-old 49.25 as sort of my goal. So racing him would have been an absolute dream. And I actually was not watching the restream, so I had no idea what happened to you in wrecked shit. And I just I cannot even believe why I thought that spark was a good idea. I thought, oh man, you know what? It would be so swag if I got Spike Suit on stream. And without thinking about how much damage I had done. And it was just like the perfect storm, I think is what Sloater said. So just super poor decision making on my part.
It's all good. It happens. You know, like, I'm not gonna. It was the old any percent tournament, where people make mistakes and stuff. You know, and it cost them the race, and it happens. These type of things happen. So
yeah, I will never do that again. That is for sure. It was a really painful learning experience, but I did learn something.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to go. But thanks again, you guys. Thanks for everybody watching, and GG's to ProfessorSchool. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Keku. And yeah, GG's again to the both of you, and make sure you guys follow the runners. Being great sports throughout this entire race. So yeah, make sure you hit them up with a follow. Also, follow Sloters27 because he's a gamer. Follow him if you want. I don't care.
It's a good choice, trust me.
Is it?
Get great
And,
Piplup emotes if you sub too.
Yeah, you have a choice between Piplup or Evolutions. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, Professor School, is there anything else you want to add?
No, thanks for the comms, and big thanks to Tracy and Kip and all of the organizers. This was my first tournament. Like I said, I started running in February, so I'm just really glad to be able to participate. I started learning this category 1 week before the first qualifier, so I'm thrilled to even make the bracket, and I'm going to be staying on that 100% grind for the next few months for the foreseeable future. So hoping to see a lot of you folks out there, and really great community to be a part of. I'm really grateful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really glad to hear. You've definitely improved your time in it pretty quickly. So that's cool that you're going to keep going with it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Floaters. Thank you, Eden.
Alright. So yeah. Have a nice day, night, whatever, everyone. And we'll see you all later.
Yep. See you next mission.